eBay has just announced some changes to their promoted listing program effective the end of March. Anyone surprised? But I want to talk to you about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flip It Ain't Easy, and I wasn't intending on making yet another video today. I usually like to do one video a day max, but this email came across my eBay message system a little after 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's entitled "Our eBay Marketing Program Terms Are Being Updated." Now, whenever you see that, that tells you that, guess what? Terms are being updated. That means you're going to be paying more, guys. So the email says, hello, we're making updates to how our promoted listing program works and are now providing you with a more complete view of the impact your ads have on your business. The changes include how we define click, report sales, and charge for your promoted listing campaigns. Now, before I continue, I just want you guys to know that I did call and speak to a US rep, and I wanted to ask this rep about this program, the changes to this program, to the promoted listing program. And I was able to ask her a couple questions. She knew about this, and she confirmed what I was thinking, which is what prompted me to make the video, because I'm not gonna just off the hip make a video of what I think without first trying to get some information. Now, if I would have confirmed this with, the Manila reps out in the Philippines, then yeah, it would have been still kind of sketchy information. But we actually had a conversation about this, and so this is what is happening. Now, you can see here it says what's changing. We can skip through as we continue to work to help make your ads more engaging and helpful. No, read past that, because this is about eBay trying to make more money off of your sales. That's what it's always going to be, guys. So how about this? When a buyer clicks through to your listing page, now if you have a store, okay, you have a listing page. So when I'm looking at a store, you'll look through the store and you'll see a heart icon that's on top, like the top right in the gallery photo. Okay, if you click on that, maybe just shopping their store, you see a lot of cool things, and you're not even really looking in the listing, you're just clicking on the heart icon. Not only will you be eligible for offers from that seller, there's nothing new there. If you go back and buy that item and click just organically in the store, the seller is going to be charged a promoted listing fee for that item, provided that listing is promoted. Now, if you're not even messing with promoted listings, none of this applies to you, okay? So you're going to be charged a promoted listing fee, even though the buyer didn't do a search for your item and found your listing because you have it set up with the promoted listing rate. They go into your store, that's going to count against as a promoted listing itself. Now, they go on to say, we will be expanding what we qualify and report as an attributed sale for promoted listing standard to include when a buyer clicks on one of your standard ads and then purchases any of your promoted listing standard items within 30 days. Meaning that if your buyer clicks, let's say you have a unique item and they click on it and they're looking at it, and they decide, you know what, what's this other thing that they're selling down here? And then they go down into the listing that you have and they say, this is actually what I want, or this is pretty cool. They click on that item that happens to be a promoted listing item. eBay is going to charge your account that promoted listing rate if they buy that item. So currently, if someone's in your store browsing just organically without using the search, and they click on an item, that is not counted as a promoted listing sale. Now, I've done my spreadsheet for this year, and I'd say about 60 to 70% of the sales that I've had on either one of my accounts are promoted listings as far as what I'm getting charged for, and the other 30% I'm just being charged the final value fee. And almost every listing, and I say almost, there's a few listings that I don't have promoted because it just doesn't make sense to, but almost all of my listings are promoted at least the recommended. That's just the way I do it, right? Some people choose to do 2%. And you would think the way the changes were supposed to be made, but what, about a year and a half ago, if you set up a listing to be promoted, no matter what, it's going to actually charge you a promoted listing rate. But that's not the case. If your buyer is finding an item through another way, through maybe piggybacked off of a current listing that pops up at the bottom of a listing they're looking at, or looking through your store, then it's not charging them for that promoted listing. It's only charging them for the promoted listing if the sponsored listing pops up in certain types of search. Now, I don't know what you guys think. If you guys want me to reveal what I know, there's a reason why that 100% of our items are not being charged a promoted listing fee, and it has a lot to do with the eBay search itself, and a good glitch in our favor that I discovered. My only concern is to share that information with you guys, and I'll be glad to do it, but I'm wondering if maybe that's something that is, eBay is going to see and fix, because I would certainly hate for eBay to fix the good glitches. That makes sense, because it is eBay's intention, if you have an item that is promoted, that every single time that item sells, it is going to include a promoted listing rate, provided you are opted in to the promoted listing standard. If you're not using promoted listings, this means nothing to you. This part of the conversation means nothing to you. Maybe you are contemplating utilizing promoted listings, but the intention when eBay made the change a year and a half ago, it used to be when promoted listings first started that there were two listings that would come up. One would be an organic listing, one would be a sponsored listing, right? And a year and a half ago, they did away with that, to where if you've sponsored that item with promoted listings standard, then you're only going to have one listing, and it's just going to have a sponsored tag at the bottom. And I've uncovered a glitch as it pertains to that, which explains why, for those of you who are promoting all of your items, you're only being charged the promoted listing rate like 60 to 70% of the sales that you make. So it's a good glitch, I guess, and that's all I'll say about that. I actually did make a video talking about it, and then after I made the video, I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily think that I want to be the guy to disclose this information, because I would absolutely hate to be responsible for an increase in a bunch of resellers' eBay fees. And so therefore I did not include that in this video, but even though I did record the content. This is going to take effect though on the 30th of March. Now, it would not at all surprise me if eBay uncovers every reason why promoted listings aren't being charged 100% of the time on all promoted listings. Go check your numbers. Go check your, click on your details of about 20 listings and tell me if on every one of those listings that are promoted, that have sold, that you have a promoted listing fee on every one of them. I'm willing to bet there's at least a handful, a few at least, that do not. And this kind of explains why. The changes they're making here on the 30th, and also the thing that I only briefly touched upon that I didn't go into detail on. But we're not, this is a good glitch, it's a good thing, but eBay is in the business to take your money. That's what it's about. They have a board of directors they have to answer to. They just came out with a report saying that they lost 8.9% of their sales year over year in Q4. And that's not good. That doesn't make eBay look good. So what do? They get together in a boardroom, scramble around, and try to figure out how can we get more money out of less sales. And this is just another way that they're doing it. So I want to know what you think down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. While you're at it, I'd appreciate it if you like the video. Hit the like button, guys. And you know, if you enjoy the content that I put out, consider subscribing so this pops up in your feed. And of course, hit that notification bell so when I make an unexpected video like this to kind of keep you guys informed as to what these emails mean, you're going to be notified. You know, it's sad. It's sad that eBay will put out communications like this that is nothing more than a bunch of happy speak and almost legalese, and to the point where the average seller is going to look at it and just not have any idea what it means. It would be a lot easier if they just simply put what's changing and simply put we're going to be adding more scenarios where your promoted listing fees kick in, and kind of leave it at that, or maybe explain but in plain English. And it's really sad that this is kind of the type of communication that we get, where they know that most sellers aren't going to bother trying to figure out what all this means. They're not going to spend the time that some of these channels like mine and others will take to try to decipher it for you. And it's just really sad. But yet it's the way it works with eBay. It's eBay sandbox, and it's yet another example of how in this business with eBay, flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.